One of the most common things that parents hesitate about is a concern about the long term financial commitment of therapy they might have to make. This is rarely just about the money, it's often about some level of uncertainty, not being sure how long the support will last for, not being clear about whether the progress will be visible, not knowing whether this is something that's just another open ended expense without any meaningful change, and actually, are they making the right decision and going with the right type of therapy? For families who are already stretched emotionally and practically, this adds an additional layer of heaviness to making a decision. So, this concern deserves to be addressed directly and respectfully. Therapy shouldn't feel like an endless subscription. Structured therapy is designed with outcomes in mind. The purpose isn't to create reliance, it's about building emotional resilience, practical tools where necessary, and making families stronger so that support is gradually needed less over a period of time. When therapy is delivered well, there's often a clear framework, there are defined goals for the work, and there are clear review points to look at progress. This then makes that financial commitment feel very different because of transparency and a sense of agreed direction. There are three important considerations to look at when thinking about the cost of therapy. Firstly, the clarity of the process. Parents need to have a good understanding of what the stages of support look like, how progress is tracked and monitored, and how long each phase might take, and how we will review and change approach where needed through the process of reflection collaboratively. Second, it's looking at what skills and abilities are built beyond the sessions. Therapy is about equipping both the child and the parent with tools that they can use at home, or even feeling less burdened, having more understanding. This reduces dependency and accelerates the therapeutic process, particularly where therapists are able to support parents with approaches that collaborate and mirror what's happening in therapy. Thirdly, is thinking about the cost of delay in therapy. When emotional behavioural challenges are left unsupported, they're often already spilling into other scenarios, such as school difficulties, the tensions it creates in family relationships, the impact of stress on the parent's own well-being, and the longer term consequences of mental health concerns. Early focused intervention is about reducing the overall burden both emotionally and critically financially. Seen through this lens, therapy then becomes less about an ongoing expense and more about preventing further escalation and an expense that will go on longer. At Cormack and James, we emphasise having a clear, structured approach with specialist therapists and supporting parents practically with an aim of creating steady progress, not long-term dependence, and definitely not indefinite attendance. If you're concerned about the financial commitments of therapy, then it's better to begin with some clarity about what will happen and what to expect and build a roadmap together with your therapist. And that's what we're here to do. You can get in touch for a brief conversation or an initial 10-15 minute call where we can talk through how we work and hear a bit more about the concerns that you have and think about that map together from the start.